Today, we're diving right back into Champs 1 Clan War League. As you can see, we are in War Day 2, and I've claimed base number 9. But before we can hop into this War Day, we need to check out War Day 1 and see how we did. As you can see, the green tick is there, and if you watch any other YouTubers' videos, you will know we were able to win this match. Dare I say, thanks to my 1-star defense. No, I'm just kidding. This wasn't actually my base. It was a base from PJ. But nonetheless, we were able to win, despite the 99% time fail on our end. It was a close one, but anyways, let's move on to War Day 2. As I said, I have base number 9 claimed, and I'm quite excited to use my Root Rider army once again. This is the base, so let's get right into the plan on this base. Okay, so I realised I didn't actually mention the format of this video, so I'm going to plan this base in depth with my Root Rider army. Then I'm going to show you guys the live attack. Then we're going to jump into some replays from yesterday's War Day from a couple of the attackers who you probably wouldn't have seen on YouTube already. So without further ado, let's get into the plan. Also use the timestamps to find the video that most applies to you. Anyways, nonetheless, my plan for this base is, of course, Root Riders. I was looking for some fireball bases, but it looked like all the good fireball bases had gone at this point. So anyways, we're returning to our roots with Root Riders, no pun intended. Do not think I'm back to Root Riders. That will be in a later video, maybe, potentially, perhaps. But here is my plan for this base. We are going to go into this wizard tower, into the air defense. Now, hopefully, I'm hoping she will go into the scatter shot. I'm not 100% sure, so I may need to use an invis spell to make sure that she does. I'm going to talk about why it may be an issue if she does go to that bomb tower in just 1 second. But after that, my plan is to take down literally these 2 buildings, and then that's fine. We literally have the whole path set up from there. Then we're going to go with the Root Riders into this multi-arch tower. Now, let me explain how this is going to be a problem. My first overgrowth is going to be like this, right? So I'm hoping my Root Riders will walk like that, and then when the town hall, the overgrowth on the town hall wears off, my Root Riders will be right on the town hall, ready to snipe the town hall and get it out of the way. But do note that I'm not going to be able to cover this multi-inferno here. So if I were to say my Spirit Walkers to go to this expo, like this, and she was to walk down here to this multi-gear cannon and all that stuff, then if I entered in my Root Riders into this scatter shot, there is a chance that they would path into the multi-inferno, which would be really bad for me. So hence why I'm not going to take any risks there. Then we're just going to kind of cruise through the rest of the base. Hopefully the Root Riders will take down the town hall. We'll go with the second overgrowth, probably somewhere around about this area here. The Root Riders will kind of just push around the base. It should be pretty easy, to be honest. This base definitely is not going to test me, I do not think. Although I haven't used my army in quite a while. But nonetheless, let's dive right in to the live attack. Okay, we are live. Remember, you can find the link to this army in the description of the video. But nonetheless, let's go with this Spirit Charge. Ready to use the Invis spell to push it in. Although it looks like she is going to go where I wanted her to go, which is perfect. Now I'm just going to chill out a little bit. No need to worry about anything. Let's see. Should I maybe push her back? Or fine, we'll just keep pushing her forward, and just going to use one more invis spell. Don't want the fox to go down or anything like that, and just recall her now. Save those 2 invis spells. So we have the setup that we wanted. Let's go with the queen like this. Oh, is my game audio? Oh yeah, it's really quiet. Sorry about that. Okay, so bang, 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 and a nice early overgrowth spell. Beautiful. Unfortunately, we do miss the other tower, but it shouldn't be that big of a deal in the end. Go with a headhunter onto that queen. Do need to keep an eye on my queen, as she may be stepping into some danger in a second. She's looking okay at the minute. We can put our witches in now that it's safe to do so, and we are overall looking really good. Enemy royal champion is being slightly annoying, and it looks like I could just lose my my apprentice warden, but again, that should be fine. I'm going to hold this second overgrowth now. And yeah, looking great at the minute. I'm going to let the poison tower trigger, I think, before popping at that. It's going to get a little bit messy here because I haven't gone with my second overgrowth spell. So, okay, there goes that poison tower. Let's go like this with the overgrowth. Not very controlled, but I think we should be good on this one. Let's go ahead and we'll poison the minion prince here. And we'll go with the super barbs here. We have a ton of spells, loads of Root Riders still alive. Unfortunately, no headhunters. Shock if you're watching this. This is how you make good use of headhunters. No, I'm kidding, really. But let's see, how are we looking here? Go with the abilities. We'll freeze the crusher, mortar, whatever. Look, this was a 3-star. And if you didn't notice, I was kind of building some suspense there. This team had no CC for no apparent reason. They just beat the number 3 global team, which was Acceptance, last war day. And now this war day, they've played us and they don't have any CC. So I've got no idea what's going on there. But a nice and easy 3-star, of course, without any CC on their end. Very happy with this attack. Now let's jump into the replays for some of the previous war days. Let's go. Okay, so continuing with the theme for this video, we're going to watch Soul attack with quote-unquote my Root Rider army. Basically just a variant of the Rage Gem with the Healing Tome with basically witches. I do love this army so much. We may be returning to it in Legends League, but right now, just going to be using it in Clan War League because we are tryharding. I would like to do maybe some creative attacks, some fireballs, some super witches, but in Clan War League, you know, I really need to lock in because we are going for number 1 in the world. Anyways, Soul is going to a nice Spirit Charge into that Fire Spitter. He gets a ton of value with the Spirit Charge, and he's really, really patient and manages the Invis spells really well. So he even gets the Scatter Shot down here, which is just ridiculous. The value from only 5 Invis spells on this base was absolutely insane. Anyways, he starts the Queen up with the Ice Golem, of course, because the Queen is quite vulnerable on her own. You are going to need to use an Ice Golem to make sure she is staying up. And I do believe he does opt to not use the Poison spell on these Ice Golems, but does get a little bit unlucky with the Baby Dragon there attacking his healers. It does take down 1 healer, and I think the RC got the final shot there, or maybe the Warden just hit the Dragon. Not 100% sure, but the Baby Dragon did go down without any more worries. Now here's this nice path into the core of this base. This base is really, really weird. I'm not quite sure what the attacker is going for with this Monolith and the multi-infernos, which are like severely isolated. But anyways, Soul is going into here. A bit of a weird overgrowth, I would argue, considering that he's already up on the multi-inferno and the Monolith there. I don't think it was worth overgrowthing like that, but doesn't really matter. This one is, yeah, it's not going to be very close at all. As you can see, he's got the King and Queen ability, and already about a minute into the attack, this is a 3-star, which really does just show the power of this army. If you guys aren't using this army, I don't know what you're doing. Don't worry though, I will potentially be back with my Legends hits using this army a bit later in the month, but stay tuned for that. Anyways, he finally does decide to use the Poison spell on the King and the Minion Prince there, which of course is great value. And as you can see, as I said, this one is smashed. So great to see Soul using my army. I don't think he really posts on YouTube anymore. He mostly just focuses on his base sub, which is perfectly cool. Although I'm sure most of you guys do want him to return to YouTube, and I sure do as well. Anyways, pops the King ability in this situation, pops the Queen ability, and yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to say. I could repeat myself and say this one is smashed again, so I'm going to do that. This base was absolutely smashed. Let's get into the next replay for this war day. So the next attack we are going to watch is Fireball from this guy right here. He is called Clay. I'm not sure what the bear with the like wave thing actually means. I think PJ has it as well. I don't know. But look, he is doing Fireball, and this attack, like, it made me teary-eyed because it was so incredibly clean. Okay, I'm telling you guys now. So he's going with the Warden Charge into the base. You know, pretty standard stuff here. Nothing we haven't seen before. And it's pretty obvious that he's going to want a Fireball somewhere on this Rage Tower. Now, I'm telling you guys, this was potentially the best Fireball attack I've ever seen. I'd actually know. Maybe Darkstar or something has done it better. But look, beautiful Fireball. He is nice and patient with the Earthquake spells. Almost maybe doesn't get the mono down there because the Build Heart did get a couple of healing hits off onto the mono. But nonetheless, Monolith does go down. He would have been in a bit of trouble maybe if the mono had stayed up. And he tries to redirect the Warden here to go into the Expo. But the Warden is more interested on following 2 of his own boogers and, what was it, a rocket balloon there? Yeah, the Warden is dumb, okay, we all know this. Anyways, he places down the furnaces with the Warden, which is quite unique. You don't think he's really doing mass furnaces necessarily, but these furnaces do a ton of work for this Warden. So yeah, looking really clean at the moment. He's going with the Siege Barracks on the outside of the base here, and hero diving the King and Queen. I'm telling you guys, just watch this hero dive. The Unicorn on the Archer Queen is so clutch in this attack. You'll see what I'm talking about in a minute. Anyways, the CC has been lured. Double Furnace in this scenario. They're kind of doing weird different CCs against us. Not quite sure what's happening with this war day. And also, I think this guy is using maybe a Broom Witch base because he's got a bunch of Wizard Towers in the core, right? So I don't know what the idea was with that one. Probably just too lazy to change it. But as you can see, just watch this Queen with the unicorn. Okay, the queen just doesn't die. The biggest thing that I found when I was using the fireball attacks is that the queen can be really weak. And maybe it's because I was using the Frosty instead of the unicorn. Because look at that unicorn do so much work to keep that queen alive. And as you can see, he still has the RC in his pocket. The queen is still alive. The warden's still alive. The giant's alive. And he's got 4 spells. So this attack was absolutely bonkers. So crushed. Definitely going to throw some shade onto Clay for this one, because this was such a clean attack. Clay does have a YouTube channel, but I don't think he posts on it, so I don't think it's worth shouting out, to be honest, because he just doesn't upload. But as you can see, swagged RC, probably could have also swagged 4 spells, but he did have to use 2 invis spells there to keep the giant alive. But nonetheless, that is all the replays that I have for you guys today. Let's get into the recap for today's video. So there we go, that was my plan and my life hit for War Day 2, as well as some attacks from War Day 1. I also realised I haven't shown our entire group yet. As you can see, there is Acceptance, which I did mention previously. Lost Cub, as well as the other great clan, and Unlucky Pros are also definitely a threat. This clan did really well on the first War Day as well. So overall, looking pretty good so far. We are definitely on track to win, especially after beating Lost Cub in War Day 1. We have already had 1 fail though, but I highly doubt we're going to lose any stars this War Day, because there is no enemy CC for like no apparent reason. So we should be good for a 45 on this War Day, meaning that after the first 2 days, we have only lost 1 star and 1%, which is unfortunate. We may not get number 1 as a result, but I highly doubt anyone's going to be going completely perfect this Clan War League. Anyways, that is all I have for you guys today. I'll be doing daily uploads on our Clan War League, so make sure to tune in for that one. Thank you guys for watching. As always, goodbye.